Hello and welcome to episode 173 of The Pilgrimage on FM23. I'm Jamie, and coming up on today's episode I've got the two friendlies ahead of the World Cup finals. We are at home to South Korea and then at home to Mali, and I'll then show you the squad I've selected for the World Cup and the squad numbers. So let's get straight into it, and the team to face South Korea is coming up in just a moment. Okay, here is the team then to face South Korea at Wembley, and it is Carter in goal, back four Wright, Satilmis, Talbot and Francis, Clark at the base of midfield, Suleimane and Ainsworth ahead of him, Kedwell on the left, Abdullahi on the right and Ghiazi up front. So let's submit the team and go and give a team talk. Okay, my assistant is suggesting this is what friendlies are for. Go out there and give me a selection headache. I'm going to disagree with him for the pure and simple reason that I've selected our best 11 anyway. I am going to say this is a match we should be winning. Make sure we do. And let's go out into the tunnel. So how we look to build on an impressive performance against Belgium. We want to play well in every match. Are you hopeful of a performance here? We have a strong belief in our ability and a confidence in our work. Let's go. You've left Jack Lake out today despite him being in good form. Needed to rotate, and that's why he's not starting. So let's get into the match and see if we can claim the win. So we're underway, and as always, first 10 minutes we'll just see how things play out. And there's not a lot to report, but we've got a corner, and Abdullahi with the outswinger headed away, and he gets it back, cuts in field. In fact, he's gone all the way across. He's had a shot himself, and Hamse Min has made a comfortable save, and it's all the way back to Carter in the England goal. Finds Talbot into Clark, finds Suleimane, who gives the ball away. Satilmis wins it back though, almost unopposed on the halfway line. Suleimane's ball forward, Abdullahi and Ghiazi is there to pick up the scraps off the keeper, and it is England 1, South Korea 0. So South Korea's decision to go all out defensive hasn't really paid dividends for them. Satilmis to Clark, Suleimane, ball forward, Ghiazi's in on goal, squares it for Ainsworth, and Ghiazi was offside, so wouldn't have counted anyway. And we await the next highlight. We're 1-0 up, and deservedly so, well ahead on XG. South Korea yet to have a shot. Half an hour gone, so let's demand more. Could do with the second goal just to rubber stamp our superiority on the situation. It's not going to come before half time, I don't think, though. And indeed it doesn't. Half time score is England 1, South Korea 0. So into the dressing room. We're doing well. We can definitely find another gear, and we'll make. I'm only going to make 3. In fact, I'll make 5 changes across the match. So we'll do 1 now, and we'll bring on. In fact, we'll swap Bradley Wright to right back, and we'll replace Francis with Chris Barron, and that will, in fact, no, I will make a second one. Change of plan there. We'll bring off Abdullahi and bring on Gillam, and that'll do. So we've got 3 more subs that I'm prepared to make, and we'll do those as and when we need to in the second half. So Kedwell finds Wright, who plays it forward. Gillam shoots, and Luke Gillam has scored, but will it count? Yes, it does. It's England 2, South Korea 0, and we've only played 50 odd seconds of the second half. So we've started like a house on fire in this second half. Clark's ball in, Kedwell beaten to it, and Clark wins it back himself, finds Suleimani, Gillam beaten to it, but it's a penalty. I don't want Craig Clark taking it though. I am going to let Ghiazi take the penalty, and he'll step up with the chance to make it 3-0. He does, although Ham Min did get something on it, and it is England 3, South Korea 0, as South Korea can mount an attack this time. It's all the way through. In fact, they've rounded the goalkeeper. Kim Dong-hee scores, but it's not going to count. He's offside. It remains 3-0. And we've played an hour, so let's make the next substitution. I'm going to take Talbot off at the back, and we'll bring on Louis Jackson. I'm going to take Kedwell off on the left wing, and we'll bring on Romario Hart. And I'm also going to substitute Ghiazi up front and bring on Casella Gussin as Carter makes a save from the latest South Korean attack. And the subs have been made, so there won't be any more. And that highlight comes to an end with the ball going over the crossbar. Into the final 5 minutes of this one. And it looks like it's going to end in a comfortable 3-0 England win. But South Korea have the ball again. And Sang-soo plays it forward. Park has it, shoots, but it's high and wide. Into 3 minutes of stoppage time, and hopefully there will be no further highlights. Indeed there aren't. It finishes England 3, South Korea 0, and I'll be back in a moment with the second match of today's episode. Okay, time now for the second match of today's episode, a home friendly at Wembley against Mali, and the team for this one: Carter in goal, back four of Barron, Talbot, Satilmis and Wright, Francis at the base of midfield, Clark and Chambers ahead of him, Hart on the left, Abdullahi on the right, Casella Gussin up front. So let's submit the team and go and give a team talk. Okay, well my assistant is recommending we're favourites and we should be winning this comfortably. He's got this absolutely spot on, so let's pump the fists and agree with him. And let's go into the tunnel. How's the mood in the camp? With a lot of confidence, we try to carry that into everything we do. Mark Talbot captains the team today. What characteristics make him stand out as a good leader? I can rely on him to set the tone and ensure everybody else reaches the required standard. Can I talk you through my changes today? We need to rotate as a matter of course. So I need to see as many of the players as possible over these two games. So we're going to make, I think I'm going to go 5 changes in this one again. Try and make it as realistic as possible. So Clark now plays it back to Talbot, to Francis, into Chambers. He's been double teamed and they've won it. And Mali almost got in them, but Carter finds Satilmis and he comes forward with it, finds Francis, out to Wright, back to Satilmis. plays it to Chambers, back to Francis, Chambers to Abdullahi, crossfield ball for Hart, beaten to it, and Mali have possession. Kanute's ball forward, and Mali take a shock lead. Moussa Magassa with the goal. In fact, they don't. It's been chalked out for offside, but they have a free kick, and it's Samdiane over it, round the wall, and just clips the crossbar on its way over. So I think a demand more at this stage. We've been entirely unfocused so far. Traore's ball forward. Satilmis takes it down, finds Francis into Abdullahi, back to Wright, who finds Chambers on the right hand side. His ball inside to Abdullahi, it's cut back, and Casey Kusala-Gussin finds the back of the net at the second time of asking, and it is England 1, Mali 0. We have been somewhat slipshod in this match, but we've got the lead. Let's see if we can build on that. Barron to Talbot, into Clark, finds Talbot again, Barron to Clark, Talbot out to Barron on the left, finds Clark, back to Talbot. These three are just passing it around in a triangle. Clark gets bored in the end, and we've won a penalty. I don't want Chambers taking it. I want... who do I want taking it? Let's see. I want Kusala-Gussin to take it. I think if you're not willing to take a penalty as a striker, then you probably shouldn't be playing as a striker. So Kusala-Gussin steps up and belts it past the keeper, makes it England 2, Mali 0, and he's got 2 goals in 3 minutes. So my decision to make him take the spot kick is vindicated, and let's see if we can go on to win this game as comfortably as the pundits suggested we should be. Koulibaly down the left for Mali, gets all the way to the byline, it's cut out. Francis forward to Hart, back to Clark, plays it into midfield for Abdullahi. To the left hand side is Barron, forward to Romario Hart, and his ball in for Chambers, and Alex Chambers makes it England 3, Mali 0, and we've played 27 minutes. So we are now in complete control of the match, which would suggest that the media prediction was probably accurate, and we are well in control of the game. The XG suggests we're deserving of a healthy lead. So fingers crossed we can at least take 3-0 into half time. Abdullahi's ball in is cut out, but he's won it back himself. Finds Wright into Francis. Satilmis holds on to it, finds Talbot, plays it into Francis, back to Satilmis. Ball out to Wright, back to Satilmis, finds Talbot again, into Clark, plays it forward for Hart, ball over the top, Abdullahi to Kusala-Gussin, and that's his hat-trick, and it's England 4, Mali 0 before half-time. And we get another attack before the half-time whistle. Abdullahi to Francis, into Clark. Abdullahi plays it forward, but it's cut out, and Traore can clear, but Clark's won it back. Hart goes to Barron, plays it forward for Hart again, back to Barron. Hart into the middle, cleared, but Hart collects, plays it in to Chambers, and Alex Chambers makes it 5-0 before the break with his second goal of the game. And surely that will be the end of the first half scoring. It is 5-0 at half time. So let's go into the dressing room, and we're happy, keep it going. Let's make 2 changes at half time. Sam Satilmis can come off. In fact, that's not what we've just done. We've locked the game up there. So let's do Satilmis for Louis Jackson and Chris Barron for Chris Butler. And let's start the second half. And we've got 3 more changes available, so we can make them when we need to. I think the first change is going to be Talbot probably, and then Francis. So we'll go Talbot now, and we'll bring on who will we bring on? We'll bring on Mars. Francis will be replaced by Graham White, as Marley come forward this time. Dembele dispossessed though by Abdullahi. Jackson waits for options, finds Wright. Jackson again to Mars. Into Clark. Back to Francis. Long diagonal ball forward. Dembele collects and plays it back to his goalkeeper Traore, who clears. Koulibaly for Mali. Into the other Koulibaly. Diarra plays it forward for Tali, I think. I didn't quite spot the name. I'll clarify it in a moment. Diallo has kept possession, finds Canute to Diarra, and it's cleared, but the highlight comes to an end, and the final change is going to be Clark in central midfield to be replaced by Robert Terrace, as Tall plays it in, and the header is just wide, and the highlight comes to an end. We're into the final 10 minutes. Abdullahi's free kick on the right, deep one for Casella Gussin, who's headed over the crossbar, and the highlight comes to an end. So it remains 5-0 to England as we enter stoppage time, and that is the final score. England 5, Mali 0. I'll be back in a moment to confirm the final squad for the World Cup and the squad numbers that we're going to be using. Okay, it is now time to finalise the squad and pick the squad numbers. So the squad is here. I'm going to pick the numbers live. So number 1 is going to be our first choice keeper, which is Nick Carter. Number 2 is going to be our first choice right back, and that is going to be Bradley Wright. Number 3 is going to be our first choice left back, so we'll go Chris Barron. Number 4 is going to be our first choice defensive midfielder, which is Willem Ainsworth. 5 is going to be one of our first choice central defenders, so we'll go Mark Talbot. And 6 is going to be the other first choice centre back, so Sam Satilmis. Number 7 is going to be our first choice on the right wing, and that is going to be Danjuma Abdullahi. Number 8 is going to be a central midfield first choice, so that is going to be Alex Chambers. Number 9 is going to be our first choice frontman, and that is going to be our all-time top scorer, Joseph Ghiazi. It can't be anybody else. Number 10 is going to be another midfield option, and that is going to be Robert Terrace. And number 11 is going to be our first choice on the left wing, and I'm going to go with Romario Hart. Number 12 is going to be our first choice goalkeeper. Our second choice goalkeeper, which is going to be, I'm going to change that actually and go with Ostrovskis. Number 13 is going to be our reserve right back, which is Peter Francis. Number 14 is going to be our reserve left back, which is Chris Butler. 15 is going to be a reserve centre back, and 16 is also going to be a reserve centre back. So those are going to be Godwin and Jackson. 17 is going to be a defensive midfielder. So we'll go with Craig Clark. In fact, we won't. We'll go with Abdoulaye Souleymane at 17. 18 is going to be a central midfielder. We'll go Graham White. 19 is also going to be a central midfielder. So that one is going to be Craig Clark. 20 is going to be a right winger. So that's going to be Nguyen. 21 is going to be our left winger, which is Kedwell. 22 is going to be Casella Gussin, one of our strikers. 23 is going to be the third choice goalkeeper. 24 is going to be our final centre back, James Preddy. 25 is going to be our final midfielder, Sharon Mars. And 26 is going to be the final striker, Luke Gillam. So that confirms the squad and the squad numbers. I'll be back in a moment to tell you what's coming up on the next episode. Okay, time now to finish the episode by confirming what's coming up on the next one. And I'm going to show you both of the World Cup Group M games. We've got Guinea-Bissau in the first game and Japan in our second match. So if you've enjoyed that, please leave a nice thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for Monday to Friday Football Manager videos. Thank you very much indeed for watching, and goodbye.